Feminine Fridays, where I get to celebrate you as the fierce, intentional, resilient, and empowered woman that you are. Fridays is the day of the week that is named after the goddess, and it's the day of the week that we celebrate the divine feminine, and together we can rise from the ashes of our own pain, trauma, and disappointments by tapping into our feminine fire to live a fierce and phenomenal life. I know that we always talk about God's will. Well, what is God's will? I want to really dig deep on that today so that I can share with you that it's nothing that's a cloud hanging over you where God is looking down with some microscope trying to make sure that you live a certain experience. God's will is you living the fullness of life in the expression of human form. You are spirit, living a human experience. And so God's will is for you to live all of that experience. There's no one thing or other that you're here to do. Your whole purpose for being is to simply explore all of life. God's will simply means that you are here as spirit, living a human experience, and that you are here to discover all that there is to life so that you can live life to its fullest. Have the fullness of joy, the fullness of abundance, the fullness of all happiness and all being is what you're here to do, and that's God's will for your life. God's will for your life is simply for you to live a life filled with joy and the fulfillment of being who you are. Living God's will is the will that you have to live life. Saying, will I live life? Will, God's will. Will I live life? Question mark. Will you live your life? Are you living your life to your fullness? Are you wanting to live your life to your fullness? Well, I've helped countless women tap into their feminine fire to maximize their potential to live a fierce and phenomenal life. And I'd like to invite you to work with me where I can show you how you can tap into your feminine fire to maximize your potential to live a fierce and phenomenal life too. Just go to mycoachdiva.com. That's mycoachdiva.com. And I will see you next week for the next session of Fierce Feminine Friday. Have a happy and amazing weekend. Love and fire.